Hello everyone, this is General Ragequit and today we're doing one last pass at the Blood Dead Night. Considering it's the 25th of July and like we have Legion in a month, I don't think they will do any more like huge changes to the Blood Dead Night, so this is gonna be my last video about the Dead Night in itself. So I decided to today switch my talents around a little bit, like in two spots, and I also wanted to see like they did some stat template changes and stuff like that, so I want to see how does Blood Dead Night feel. Does it feel the same as the last time I played, or does it feel slightly a bit different? Some people want to see my talents, so I'll show you them right here. I use Gladiator's Medallion, which I sometimes pop accidentally because I'm an idiot and I'm not really super used to my keybinds. Because I've only used these keybinds for PvPing in Legion Beta. It's like on live I don't PvP at all, so that's why. Relentless Assault because that's just 3 stacks all the time. Anti-magic Zone for the big magic damage. Decomposing Aura just so like for the long slug fights people just lose their HP slowly but surely, because most of the damage that Blood Dead Knight does is physical. So for example this 8% increased magical damage Aura doesn't affect you personally as the Dead Knight. Strangulate to keep my to silence the caster so that my DPS stays alive longer. And then I use Blight because I felt like people generally really quickly walk out of your Death Decay or you misplace it. And with Blight you always place it under them, and if they stand still to DPS then they will instantly get hit also by the other talent, Travel Before Me. Enemies damaged by a Death and Decay have a chance to cower and place for 3 seconds. So you can use that to like give them a little bit of CC, which can like ruin their DPS or just CC them long enough that your DPS can survive. So here's Blight, that's the one change, and the other change is here Heartbreaker, because I used to have Bloodworms, but Bloodworms don't really work in like short fights, so I just opted for Heartbreaker so I can get more runic power for my death strikes. Then Spectral Deflection, just for the big hits, Anti-Magic Barrier for the extra health, Tombstone for the shield, and the runic power generation so you can heal more with death strikes, Foul Bulwark for the health, and then Blood Mirror for damage, like redirection. Because what I feel like with Purgatory, which you would normally, is like normally my go-to pick. When you get to that HP, it's like game over anyway. It's like they will kill you anyway, because you can't regen that quickly. Unless you have like all cooldowns are perfectly lined up, you just won't survive. And Bone Storm, considering it costs runic power, it's kind of shit. Because you don't want to spend runic power on anything but death strikes. So those are the talents I use. Now we're gonna go into the gameplay. I have to say, it felt slightly different, not that much different. And I can say to you now that Blood DK needs someone who can survive. That's really what you need, someone who can survive. But let's go into the gameplay and we'll see how it went. So here we go into the first gameplay video. The thing here is, this is going to be a really long video, and I want you to show you this in full, because this perfectly showcases the problem that you have with the Blood Dead Night. You are extremely easily kited. I will have another clip later which will show it as well, but you're really easily kited. And I almost gave up when my DPS died, which my DPS will soon do. But I persevered because it was 2 melee. Well, considering Unholy is actually more spell, like most of the damage is actually magic. But here my DPS dies and I'm like, okay, you just have to sit out the Demon Hunter's demon form and then see if I can take out the Dead Knight. Because like the demon hunters do not heal at all when they lose that demon form. It's like that's when they're weak. It's like they really so that's like if you're trying to find a way to counter like demon hunters in PvP, just sit at a demon form and then nuke them to shit because they can't survive out of it. But yeah, I'm gonna kill the demon hunter here first, a little spoiler on that, and then I'm gonna work on the Dead Knight, and that's gonna take a really long time. So yeah, enjoy it. It's like I will put down in the comments when the fight ends, so you can just skip over it. And if you want to watch it and see the weakness of Blood Dead Knight, and if you want to watch me run after people like I generally do, like with monks and shit, here's your chance to watch that shit again. So enjoy.
crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly.
I fell and lost to the war, shot me dead. I was lost and I said to the voices in my head, I'm gonna get up again. I'm gonna get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up again. I'm gonna get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up again. Look into my eyes. My heart beats like a drum. You listen to my lies. Love is far to come. Your love is far. Running at the speed of light, kissing under city lights. Calls me in this morning time, but it just goes on. Running at the speed of light, kissing under
bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
So here I chase after the Unholy Dead Knight first, because I know that is the more squishy target in this case. So just chase after the Unholy Dead Knight. And fortunately my DPS is good enough to stay alive. So it's like what you really want as a Blood Dead Knight is like you want a DPS that can survive on their own without insane peeling from you. Because sure you can peel, but you can't peel forever. And you need someone who can survive without peel as well. So for example, like Demon Hunters, they're kind of a bad combo, because if it can work if the Demon Hunter itself is really good in staying alive. But if you have like some of the casual Demon Hunters, for example, that I've played with, who can't stay alive, it's like they die within 2 seconds, and then you're just sitting there like as a Blood Dead Knight. Okay, bye bye. I think that will happen in one of the... I'm not sure if it happens in one of the clips, but I've seen that happen. But yeah, you really need someone who can stay alive, and you need someone who does decent damage as well. It's like it doesn't need to be super high damage, but it needs decent damage, because yeah, blood DK's damage is just lackluster. So here's like almost the perfect situation for a Blood Dead Knight. They open on me. I thought the mage would also go on me, but since it's a rogue, assassination rogue, my anti-magic wasn't wasted because it soaked up the poison damage. So this assassination rogue just wasted all their bursts, so it's like it's no threat anymore. Just kill him off and then clean up the mage. It's like it's really nice that my mage survived for so long. It means that I can like work my way slowly on the rogue and then the mage. It's like that's just the problem. It's like what that Knight first had, like the self healing they sort of like still have. That's not really not changed that much. But the problem is that you don't do that damage anymore, and that's like where you feel it if you're if the person you're playing with is not good, you really feel that. As you can see here, they just kite and CC me into Oblivion, so I missed time to my medallion, but that wouldn't have changed a thing. And yeah, I just kite a little bit around because I don't want to admit I've lost. But yeah, it's like you can see just the weakness of the Blood Dead Knight is that you're very kiteable. Very, very kiteable. As you can see, I tried some different ways to beat him, and in the end I was just like, fuck it. I've lost. It's like I couldn't handle the fact that I, like, the different functions as you see, like the root, the disoriented, and the polymorph. You could keep me CC'd for so long, I was like, oh my god. It's like I'm not even gonna try anymore. So here's the last one. I'm just gonna go for the Death Knight because I know the priest will get, like, the Death Knight has nothing but an energy magic cell, so I'm just gonna dive straight onto him and then never leave him alone essentially. Fuck a little bit with the priest. But the Death Knight is going to be my main target. You can see I blood mirror him and then just let the damage redirect back to him and then kill him. And this is going to be the end of the gameplay. There's like not that many clips, like like some clips, some videos I've done like 10 clips or something, but here this just confirmed what we already saw before. It's like you need a good DPS, you need someone who knows what they're doing, and then you can play Blood Death Knight. But if people know how to play against you, you just lose. But we'll talk about that like in the after talk. So see you soon. So as you could see there, Blood Death Knight still has the same problems before. You're easily kiteable. Your damage is, let's just face it, not that good anymore. It's like you used to be a powerhouse in terms of damage. Your self-healing is still there. You could see that in the 1 vs 2 video, the first one. You're still there in terms of self-healing, but your damage isn't there anymore. They nerfed you so much, like by forcing you to not be able to take this last stand anymore. Because what made this, like, let me explain to you what is the difference between this talent in its current form and the old talent. The old talent had no rune cost and 5% HP damage. That's like 5% HP, it's like, who cares? And the no rune cost, that was the real thing that made it OP. Because essentially what you did was really simple. It's like you dump your runes into Marrow Rend, which gives you bone shields for days. Then you just, when you need to do damage, you just spam Heart Strike. But since Heart Strike doesn't cost any runes, you can infinite spam it, and it keeps generating runic power. And then you just Death Strike the damage back, because Death Strike also scales on the damage you've taken in the last 5 seconds. So if you spam the shitload in the last 5 seconds and then start healing it back again, start doing like one Death Strike, that Death Strike heals a lot extra because of the self-inflicted damage. So you just heal most of it back again. And like just that change on that talent, well, I'd say ruined Blood DK's damage. Obviously it was over the top, granted, but they managed to nerf it in such a way that it's not it's like, it's there, but who the fuck cares? It's like, it's not good, it's not usable, because 50% for 10% HP cost is not worth it in any way or form, because you're just gonna take way too much damage off yourself. So when you get focused and you start like, hey, I want to do some damage with Heart Strike, you just help them kill you. It's literally not worth it anymore. So that's really where Blood DK took the fall from being too strong to being, like, in my opinion, not good anymore. It's like they could have changed it, that it still costs no room, but still that 10% total health, because that would mean that you still can do damage, but you just kill yourself more, which means that you have to like really carefully balance. Well, how do I damage now? It's like, do I spam Heart Strikes and then hope to heal it up with Death Strikes, or like do I just like go all in on Heart Strike spamming? So I feel like they went a bit over the top, but that's more like has something to do with the fact that they don't really want to see tanks in PvP, which is sad, because, or in arena, which is a bit sad, because it's fun to play tank. It's like, it's just hilarious, but if people play well, they can still win from you, but they just made it in such a way that's actually not fun to play anymore. It's a bit frustrating, to be honest. So because your damage is too low. It's like, for example, like Shadow Priest, I can like mash on their shields for days and they can just like run away happily and guide me a little bit and heal themselves. So yeah, I feel like it's just a shame. And like I just played it again today just to see if they did anything different, but they didn't. They just left Blood Death Knight as in the previous video. And I'd say with these talents that I use now, Heartbreaker and Blight, it felt better, but not better to the point that I say like, hey, let's go play Death Knight again, because this talent, you just miss it way too much. You really miss it way too much. Your damage is so low compared to what it was before. It's like, if you imagine before, it was like you're sitting at the top of like damage. It's like, and now you're sitting like not even at the halfway point. That's how it feels to me. It's like you're not even at the halfway point. You're like below that. You're just sitting there like, I'm like a wet noodle sometimes with people who actually know how to play their class. Like, yeah. So, sadly, Blood that Night is not that great. That's really all I have to say about it. It's like, obviously you can still play it, don't get me wrong. But it's not to the point where you're like, yeah, let's go play it. It's more like, you can make it viable if you want to. Really, really want to. But it's not that much fun to play anymore, sadly. It's like, it makes me actually really sad because I love playing that night. Any spec. It's like Blood and Holy Frost, I love playing all three of them. Maybe not so much Frost with that super easy rotation that they have in Siege of Orgrimmar and Mist of Pandaria. It was just spam. But yeah. It's like you can still make it viable, obviously, as like people in the previous video commented, you can still make it work, but it's just not that fun anymore because like if they play well, they just blow up your DPS and then clean you up, so it's like, and you don't have the mobility to actually chase someone down. They just can just like guide you and I'm like, oh, there, the Blood Knight is over there, and then they just kill your DPS and then you're just like, yeah, well. So yeah, that was the video. Hope you guys got something out of it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you're wondering why there wasn't that many videos the last few days, it's because I've been playing too much Pokemon Go. I'm sorry, but you know, I'm guilty to loving Pokemon, so I hope you guys enjoyed Pokemon Go as well, and that you stay safe doing it if you play it. And yeah, that's all I have to say, and I'll talk to you guys the next time.